So we came back over to Rome Liquor today. Harry finally decided that he would try the RY3 last time we were here. He liked it. So we had Karthik send us over some barrels to pick. So we're going to do a barrel pick today. And Harry's not really tried the NBC. So I brought several bottles of NBC with me. We're going to sample those. I'll show you guys a few of the picks that he's got that are different since the last time we came over. But most importantly, I want to do this RY3 pick with him and hopefully talk him into a pick with Nashville Barrel. All right, so we're back at Rome Liquor. The last video we did, we had Karthik with RY3 send us some samples just so Harry could try the RY3 to see if he liked it. He had carried it but didn't know if he liked it, and we found a few that he did like. So Karthik sent us some actual barrels to choose from. So we're going to try those today and see if Harry likes any of those. If so, then we might get a barrel of the RY3. So excited to share that with you guys. And then after this, I brought some NBC over that I want to share with Harry. He's got some of their older stuff here, and the newer stuff I think is just something that he really needs to try, and we may consider a barrel pick with him in the future as well. So I'm excited to do that with you, man.
Yeah. You want to start off with the light whiskey?
We can, absolutely can.
And we'll come back to it.
For sure, for sure. All right, so this is RY3. This is their light whiskey 14-year, which is the one that put them on the map for me. Like I really, really liked it. It's lighter in color, but I'm telling you that mouthfeel that I like, that oily mouthfeel, it's here. Like,
really?
Yeah, I mean that doesn't look like it's very viscous, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man. But this is one I've been trying to get over for you to try for a while, and I'm hoping. You know, you overhype things, and I hope I haven't overhyped it to the point where you're gonna be like, it's okay.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Got a good nose to it.
It does. It's like lighter fruits, lighter sweetnesses.
Like strawberry.
That's what I'm getting. It's like a berry, yeah. I like that. And like I was saying, I mean, it's really light in color.
Wow. Very complex, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I always think that it has to be super dark to have complexity. How foolish is that? That's uneducated is what that is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be dark to have that complexity or that good mouthfeel. Yeah. Like that thing's still rolling with flavor.
It is, man.
As soon as you put it on the tongue, it's oily, it's kind of thick.
Yeah.
It's definitely like strawberry, like fruity. Yeah. It's got that baking spice. But then it has finish to it as well. I mean, I guess that's the age, right? 14 years is what brings that around. But it's crazy to me that it can be so light. American light whiskey, obviously it should be, but and have all those characteristics.
Right.
I like it. Now, I don't know if we'll like it as well as we liked the Madeira last time, because we really like the Madeira, right? Yeah. All right, so this is the Tokai 8. Looks like it's going to be 116.4 proof. This is the Tokai 8. These are a little darker than that American light whiskey. Had a Crittenden pick that the Mississippi Sippers did in a Tokai barrel. I really liked it
a lot.
I did. Yeah. And for me to say that I don't like finished whiskeys, I guess I'm lying to myself and the public, because there are finished whiskeys that I'm beginning to like. I love short barrel stuff. I love some of the stuff that Crittenden and them are doing, Mississippi Sippers. And I'm liking some of these, like the Madeira with RY3, so I can't say that I don't like finished stuff.
Yeah.
That one's
I never tried a Tokai
whiskey.
Bourbon. Yeah, no.
Okay. That one smells real buttery to me.
Yeah. A little bit of fruit.
It's like hidden almost, right? Like it's not as forward as the other one. It's a nice nose though. Different. That thing is full of flavor.
Yeah, it is.
There's parts of where it's hitting that I'm like, I don't know if I like it, and then there's parts of it rolling through that I'm like, That is really good.
Yeah. It's different.
That is, man, that's a lot more flavor than that 14-year,
Yeah,
in
I
my
would say
opinion.
so.
Now, I'm not saying that I like every flavor that I'm grabbing out of it, and I can't articulate every flavor, but there are flavors in there I do like, but it is concentrated in flavor.
Yeah.
I'm getting like some tobacco. I'm getting like light fruits. It definitely has that buttery, oily mouthfeel. The more I sip it, the more I like it. Just right off the bat, maybe it's too early for me to be judging. I don't know if I would do a barrel pick of the Tokai. Maybe so after we go through them and see.
Yeah.
Because I think that that's not going to lend itself to the majority. It's maybe more of a niche group of people would like that.
Right.
But it's definitely, in my opinion, not bad.
Yeah.
It's very good. Unique, maybe. Maybe I should say it's unique. All right, so the next one is the Tokai 6. It also says it's batch 11, and it's the same proof, obviously. Do you feel like the other one had a richer, like deeper nose on it?
Deeper nose, yeah. It
Yeah,
does.
similar notes, right? They're just more faint. They're not as prominent.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one had a better nose. You want to smoke?
I agree. Yeah, I saw you leave. And as this one starts to dry, with whiskey, when the glasses start to dry, I start to really pull tobacco. Like I start get the different tobacco notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one definitely has a better nose.
Better nose, yeah. See the taste.
I like the flavor of that one better.
I like it better,
Dude,
yeah.
this blows my mind. So this happened recently where it happens a lot. You get a good nose. We were doing an Eagle Rare pick at Bankhead Beverage, and they had an Eagle Rare that would blow you away with the nose, and the palate was just pretty good. And then they had one that was kind of like a faint nose, which is Eagle Rare-esque, like it's going to be lighter in nose, but then the palate was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So very similar to what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
A wonderful nose, but the one with the lighter nose, palate's a little better in my opinion. Like
It is, yeah.
this, we may need to keep this one in consideration.
Yeah, that one, the Tokai 6.
The next one that we'll do will be the Madeira 4. So this is saying it's batch 10. It's saying that it is 130.2 proof. It also is lighter in color. Relatively speaking, all the RY3s are pretty light in color.
Light.
So you can definitely tell that this is a wine type finish whiskey, right? You're getting that. And back to it, like it's not any sort of red grape, red wine type finish. It's more of a white. What is Madeira? Do you
Madeira
wine?
is
it
like
white?
a port wine.
That's what we're getting off the nose here. This is a Madeira finish whiskey, and it smells like a white. Because to me the red wines, the red grapes, have that more body that I like, and the other ones are brighter, right? The white is more bright, and and I love the darker stuff. I love dark stout, milk stout beers. I like the really dark whiskey that is just really dark with flavor, brown sugars, burnt molasses, stone fruits, that kind of stuff, right? So the mouthfeel that I get from RY3 is right up my alley. Like, that is what I like.
Wow, it's got a lot of flavor.
Doesn't it?
A lot going on.
And just wait on it for a minute, because I'm telling you, this is the one last time that we tried that we were like, we like the 7-year and we like the Madeira, we don't really know, right? That thing is still hanging around, Harry.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it is.
so that was,
Which one was it?
this is this Madeira right here.
It was a Madeira
And
4.
this one is sliding on back for me. Like and dude, that is my favorite RY3.
Really? Like that a lot.
So think like oily, buttery mouthfeel, like just a really good mouthfeel. Coat your tongue. The rye spice just rolls on gradually and just increases. It just exponentially increases. It doesn't drink real proofy. It doesn't drink ethanol forward to me. I mean, obviously, you're drinking whiskey at 130 proof, but it didn't just punch me in the face.
No,
like
it didn't.
And that's
not for
my
130
my
proof.
whole thing with whiskey is I don't mind proof as long as it has the concentrated flavor to match it.
Match it, yeah.
Because some of your younger whiskeys, the one reason that I don't like Stag Junior is that it's a younger whiskey, it's thinner, it doesn't have the viscosity, and it is really like ethanol forward.
It is. Yeah.
And then the flavor comes. And it has good flavor. To me, it just doesn't, the ratios don't match up. You know what I mean?
It's a little too hot for me.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. And then the Old Forester single barrel bourbons, the blue labels,
Yeah.
I feel like they're very much the same way.
Really?
And as much as I like proof, you put me on the black label Old Forester, the 100 proof, all day long. It's a flavor bomb. I love it.
Oh,
So-
okay.
It's almost contradictory to say that I love proof and then say, well, I like Old Forester 100 proof. Like,
Right.
it just, a lot of times the lower proof is something that they've watered down. And I don't feel like that Old Forester 100 proof black label is watered down. Maybe it just barreled out that way, closer to 100 proof. I don't like when you thin a whiskey with water much. Like, give me what's coming out of that barrel, right?
Exactly. Like uncut.
All right, so this is the Madeira 5. Very, very similar. A little lower in proof. It's 64.5, so 128, 129. It's right at 129. And that one was 65.1. So, I mean, they're close in proof. This one's just a fuzz lower. All right, so on to the Madeira 5.
Tobacco.
It is tobacco, yes. And I've already palated it. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'll let you palate it, and you say what you think.
The nose is kind of like that red man tobacco, that chewing tobacco.
Like right out of the pouch. That's exactly what I thought. Yep. Like that moist, wet tobacco. Chewing tobacco.
Wow. That one is really good, man.
I didn't say anything. Right? I didn't steer you on that.
Yeah, no.
That's your own accord. Because when I
Wow.
tasted it, I was like,
It's sweet. It's different than the nose.
it is. And then the rye spice is more mild.
Yeah.
It's there. It's enough for me to not just be a sweet whiskey, right? But I
Wow.
feel like that one is more balanced than anything else we've tried.
That one's tasty, man.
Hey,
I think that's the winner right there.
yeah, I mean, I would have to agree. That the Madeira 5. So this is going to be the one, I think, guys. I mean, Harry may want to go back and look at some others, but Karthik, I don't know what you did to that sample, but there's something special going on with that one. This
Madeira 5.
that's your 1 and 2. I
Yeah.
feel like that's your 1 and 2. So that the batch 11. So the batch 11 Tokai 6 58.1 would be number 2, and I feel like that would be your number 1 if I were betting and choosing that. And I'm telling you, that's open. You're tasting people. It's sold, Harry. Sold.
Yeah, I like that a lot, man.
Okay. All right. All right. So now we're gonna look at some ASW fiddler stuff that Harry has selected. Now he did this without me. He cheated on me. I was not in town, and he had to make a decision. But I really like what Fiddler's doing. You put me on Fiddler. I didn't know a thing about them, and you were telling me that they were using like Georgia wood staves, like to age their different finishes.
Yeah. And the Georgia Heartwood.
Georgia Heartwood. Okay.
Yeah. That's
That was the one that they did that in, and so
Yeah.
that's the one that I've had. I
Was North
couldn't
Georgia.
remember.
Yeah.
So I've not had their toasted. I've not had a lot of theirs. The Chin. I've not had several of theirs.
So the antique is basically an 8-year-old wheated bourbon.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm not huge on wheat. There are wheats I like, but there are wheats I don't like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's sometimes I get that fresh mowed hay, grass out of a wheat. Now, if I don't get that, I typically dig it.
Yeah.
But the one of the wheaters I like, very watered down, is the Jim Beam Winter Reserve. Yes. So
I think we still have some.
you do. I saw it earlier. So for me not to like wheat, that's one that I like, and for it to be 80 proof, watered down. I mean, look at the color.
Wow.
I did a review on this bottle. Matt with ADHD Whiskey did it. He's like, I'm going to get a backup. Like,
Yeah.
that is really good whiskey. I wish they hadn't. I would love to get a cask strength of that.
So the Antique is an 8-year-old wheated bourbon. This one is really good, man. The Encore
Okay.
or Encore.
And so did you end up going with the Encore or the Antique?
Both of them.
You went with both of them.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like
bought
that.
both of them.
Well, which one we need to pour first?
Probably the 8-year-old.
Okay.
So the Encore is it's a wheated bourbon too, and it's a cigar batch.
Okay.
So it's finished in 3 different barrels.
Okay.
It's a rum barrel, maple syrup, and amberana. So
That's a lot.
yeah.
That's the Encore.
Yeah.
That's a really strong nose and it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this here too.
We're back to that brighter sweetness, brighter fruits.
Oh.
Right up front. Oh my good Lord. Right up front, I'm getting, I got tobacco right up front with it. But then I got like a nice, like, flood of like some kind of bright sweetness. Man, I don't know what that is. But it covers the palate so well. It's still there. It just went down like the center right in my palate. And that whatever that is, it's just there. Yo, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It doesn't have that grassy.
It
stuff you
doesn't.
were
It
talking
does.
about.
It does not whatsoever. I would not know that that's a weeder, other than the fact that that rye spice doesn't come in, and you know what I mean. Without the rye spice, I can tell you that's pretty much a weeder. This is the Encore. This is the one that Harry really liked. Now he picked both of these barrels, and Harry, I haven't had a qualm with a pick that you've done yet.
One, too. Yeah. It is a little too sweet for me though, the Nulu.
It is. I'm only going to go to a honey finish at certain times. Like, man, I just want something a little sweet, right?
Right.
I'll go to one. But I've got a Nashville barrel honey for you here today that I think I could drink anytime. You may not like it. I may have overhyped it.
Yeah.
When we drank, I should have brought my 14-year
Ry3.
Ry3 when I come over, because I feel like the RY3 that Justin and them picked at Spillway
Yeah.
drank a little better than the sample that we had. That sample we had was really good, but that Madeira blew it out of the
Yeah,
water.
blew it away.
Like when you start talking about concentrated flavor, and I'm gonna tell you between these two, that Encore is delicious, but the weeder that I don't like wheat
Yeah.
is my number 1, and that's my number 2. February now. Today's Valentine's Day, so come spend it with my boo. Sorry, Heather. So about 3 or 4 weeks. So you'll have it into March, 1st of April.
Yeah.
Should
probably,
be here.
Probably April.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna do some surprise stuff for you here because you haven't had some of this. So this is a Nashville barrel pick that a group in Birmingham did. This is the Nashville barrel. It's called the Killer Barrel. This thing is absolutely solid. I've got. This is another pick. Now this one was very exclusive. It only came out in these little 375s. My buddy Brandon Green, the bourbon beardedness, loaned this to me. But this one was, we put this against some high heavy hitter ryes, and that one held its own.
Really?
This one, Harry, is this is the Nashville Barrel Honey. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when it comes to honey finished whiskey, because I'm a whiskey guy and I don't like real dessert whiskeys, this will be our last little sip, but we're gonna try this Nashville Barrel Honey. And this is Nash Tucky. So this is Nashville Barrels. This was number 4 on Fred Minnick's Top 100 of 2024. Now I have his number 2, which is a rye. I didn't bring it because I brought so many others.
Yeah.
And I disagree with Fred. I think this bourbon outdrinks that rye. I think it should have been flip-flop. The rye was number 2 out of 100.
Out of 100, wow.
Russell's 15 was number 1, just to give you some perspective.
Yeah.
So for this to be so George T. Stagg, I think, was number 3. The stag that I'm trying to get you to let me have up there, you won't let me buy it from you for anything less than $1 million. This came in right below it.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
We're not going to go to this first. I think we'll do these two.
Okay.
We'll do the killer. We'll do the rye. We'll do this one, and then we'll finish off with the honey.
Okay.
And if you like these, then I'll try to put you in touch with them and get them to come over and taste you, and hopefully we can pick a barrel. So.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So we'll do killer first. Your Glenn's cleaned
Do they
up?
have, yeah, it's clean. Do they have barrels of this one?
They should. I don't know. I'll have to ask them. Because you can get that off their website. The cool thing about Nashville Barrel is that they will ship directly to you. Obviously, there's states they can't. Alabama, you would think would be one of them, but they ship to Alabama. I live in Birmingham area, so their shipping cost is $25. Oh my goodness. The Nashville Barrel Killer Barrel. So this is a 6-year-old. It's going to be 61.25, so it's going to be 122.5 proof, and this is just straight bourbon whiskey.
Was it a store that picked it, or?
No, it was a group, and this is distilled in Kentucky, so I don't know exactly where it come from. The story with the Nash-Tucky stuff is because Nashville and Kentucky are like Tennessee and Kentucky so close together, they'll take whiskey out of one area and age it in another. So this Nash-Tucky was, it said distilled, I think, in Indiana here, and they marked it out, and then it says distilled in Kentucky. So this one was distilled in Kentucky, but aged in Tennessee. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is a group out of Birmingham that did the barrel killer barrel.
All right.
Try to keep my mouth closed because I don't want to put flavors in your head.
I can't.
Not getting a nose on it?
No, I do get a nose. I can't point out what it is. It's like a little bit of like sweet tobacco, I want to say.
That's exact 100% tobacco is what I got, and I love tobacco. Killer barrel. That glass is sat for a minute, so it's going to be really strong with tobacco.
Yeah. I like it, man.
Dude, it's amazing. You haven't tried it yet, have you?
Mm-mm. Wow, that stuff is good, man.
All right, so this is another pick that was done, I believe, by a group there in Birmingham. Brandon Green shared this bottle with me. These bottles were expensive per 375.
Now, why is it in a 375?
I don't know why they did that. I wish he was here. He could tell you why they did that. This is, like I said, this is that pick that that Brandon and them did. This is a single barrel straight rye whiskey. It is a 9-year, and it's coming in at 115 proof. And these were only offered in 375s. We did a video with that recently and paired it against a bunch of different ryes.
Sweet fruit.
I'm trying to keep my mouth shut because I want, through all these bottles, I want your 100% opinion.
I just got a whole lot of like bright fruits.
I'm getting the same thing.
That's good, man.
We're going to do Fred Minnick's number 4. If I was Fred, this would have been number 2. I'm not Fred.
I like that, though. It's very, like, concentrated.
It's very good. It's very good. I mean, the gist of this whole tasting, oh, shoot, I'm sorry. The gist of this whole tasting is for me to let you try and see that Nashville Barrel's putting out good stuff. Because I know that your perception from the one bottle, the few bottles that y'all had, you know, these didn't move. And there again, it's one of those things where it's like the Buzzardry Cigar Rye. People walk by it because maybe they don't know.
They don't know about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, this label is not nearly as attractive as some of their newer stuff. You know, I tend to like that label, you know, a little bit more. And this Nashville Barrel Honey, you know, I like the packaging of that just a little better than that. So if you don't know it and you walk by it, it looks a little lighter, then you're just like, nah, I'll buy one I know of, right?
Right.
$75 a bottle.
$75.
In my opinion, that's an affordable, good whiskey, right? Maybe not for everybody a daily pour at $75, but it's not 100, 150, 200, you know, so.
Yeah. It's a little nutty.
Harry, you've got an excellent palate and an excellent nose because you're spot on with that.
Yeah.
It's got some nuttiness to it, a lot in my opinion.
It's like a peanut, kind of like a, you know.
Yeah.
Like peanut butter.
Yeah. Yep, because it's not sweet enough to be peanut brittle per se. Like I would say it's peanut butter. But it's not screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah, right. I like it a lot,
dude. And just give it a minute and just keep kind of studying it because it really just starts rolling through and it tells a little bit of a story. Like it's got some different things going on.
Yeah.
A little bit more than the Killer Barrel, you know, as far as like. But there again, it's a little bit older whiskey.
I don't know if I'm still getting notes from the last one, but I get that like the sour part
a little bit
at
of
the
sour.
very end.
I'm getting it too, and there again, I don't know. You know, I haven't really been rinsing my palate like I should.
Yeah. I don't know if it's still from the rye.
I don't either.
I like it a lot though.
It's very good. It's very good.
Yeah.
And I don't see why, if you had these bottles on your shelf and you had them up there to sample with people, I can't see why these wouldn't fly out of the store. Because that's really good whiskey at an affordable price. Now, I don't know, you know, what it's going to cost you to go in and do a barrel pick with them, and then for you to be able to sell it. So I don't know what your price point's going to be when you get it said and done.
Yeah.
That was one bought directly from them. It's not a store pick. Your store pick may be a little higher than $75. You know what I mean? I don't know. But in my opinion, it's worth it. Like that whiskey is worth between $75 and $100 a bottle. I might not would go over $100, but you know, $75 to $100. Now this one, I'll talk about it when you're finishing that one. Just take your time with it.
I like it though. I like the body. I like the palate.
This is the Nashville Barrel Honey, and I bought this from their website. Now this honey finish, it is a little bit more expensive than some of their stuff. I don't remember what I paid for this bottle. I don't want to misquote it, but it's well over $100. It's not $200, but that's a more expensive version of what they've got. And I'm the guy that orders one bottle on a multiple shipping label, and I should have ordered 6 bottles, right? Of something to split the charge.
Split the cost.
Yeah, but so that, you know, I've got that $25 cost on there. So this is a 7-year-old, 116 proof, straight bourbon whiskey, aged in honey barrels. And it's cask strength.
7-year-old. Okay.
And personally, I would, you know, I'd like to see something with more age on it, and that's coming, I'm sure.
Agree.
And I would imagine that we haven't seen their best whiskey yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you really put me on to National Barrel Company. I like it a lot.
Well, if we can make it happen, and I think we had talked with them a little bit last year and kind of vaguely got some things going, but their rep wanted to come by here and kind of taste us through some things and then give you some opportunity. Yeah.
Okay.
And so it didn't pan out with my schedule and his schedule. And so when I interview them Wednesday night, I'm going to talk to them a little bit about that, let them know that you're a little bit interested. You'd like for him to come by and just kind of see, right?
Yeah.
And all right, well, I'm going to do my best to connect us with them. I think
Yeah.
we've hooked up with Ry3. We're going to do a Madeira with them.
Yes, sir.
Maybe,
Yes,
maybe.
Sir, yeah.
All right. So might split that with another store, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I'll split it.
Whoever you find that you're going to split it with, I'd like to go over there and talk with them and do a collaborating kind of just cross connect video
Cross-connect
with
video
them.
with them.
And then you got some banger ASW stuff coming, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you did good stuff there. So,
Mm.
and brother, I appreciate
Hey,
it once
appreciate
again.
you, brother.
Absolutely, man.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. So came over, went through the Ry3 stuff with Harry, learned about the fiddler that he just did. Dude, that's really fantastic. Like the ASW juice was really good. Harry did a great pick. And we snuck that Nashville barrel in on him. And I mean, I think he liked it. It seemed like he liked the Nash Tucky better. So we're going to interview Mike and James on Wednesday night. We'll talk to them a little bit about trying to connect Rome and get some samples sent over for a barrel pick. So y'all stay tuned for that. Cheers.